Let me give an oversimplified solution to your love problems. Stop listening to the world. Stop listening to the world. Stop being worldly. One of the reasons why men and women can't find true friendships, one of the reasons why men and women can't find that quote unquote true love is because you keep listening to what the world wants you to do. You keep listening to what your fucking dumb ass friends, family, co-workers are communicating to you. Stop listening to stupid fucking people. This world is foolish. That is even what the Bible teaches you. That is even what just overall religions teach, is that us on autopilot, human beings on autopilot, are dumb as fuck. And if you don't acknowledge that you're dumb as fuck, it's that thing of, if you sit at a poker table and don't know who the sucker is, it's probably you. You're the fucking sucker because you keep believing in the typical modern day template as to what's appropriate. You know, just be good looking. Be good looking, have a good job, have a good education, and then all you gotta do is just be like, I'm attracted to you, you attracted to me. Why? Because we both like movies and we both like the same music, and you know, motherfucker, that ain't got nothing to do with what the all around humanity of a person. You're not really comprehending the ins and outs of your own humanity. Therefore, you're not comprehending the ins and outs of their humanity. And guess what? The issue is too, right? Let's take a step back. You're not self-critical. You fools are not critical of yourselves. You men and women that I've talked to, that I've heard say things, y'all don't want to believe your shit stinks. Y'all are never hard on yourselves. Y'all are hard on y'all. It's that thing of, you know what it is? It's that thing of, if I'm like, hey man, look, you're doing this and this. Oh, I guess I'm just the worst person in the world. And I guess that's the kind of shit y'all do. That's the kind of motherfuckers y'all. Have you ever met somebody like that does that? I've met tons of people throughout my life that, you know, you got, hey, you doing this? You doing? Oh, I guess I'm just the worst person. Oh, I've heard that, whether I was like a few degrees away, through indirectly or directly. That's that dumb shit. I'm a dumb fuck. I'm not saying I'm a dumb fuck because I have a low self-esteem. I'm not saying I'm a dumb fuck because I believe people are superior to me. I'm saying I'm a dumb fuck because it's true. And therefore, what? Is that my fate? Am I a stupid fuck? Therefore, there's nothing I can do about it? No. That's also true. Two things could be true at the same time. I could be a stupid fuck, and I can also be somebody that puts tons of effort into not being a stupid fuck. Why can't people understand that? I feel like if you can't comprehend the duality of your humanity, where on the one hand, you're a plumb fool, and on the other hand, every moment is an opportunity to subdue the fool. Every moment is an opportunity to be wiser and sharper than the fool. Then there's nothing that can be done for your stupid ass. Because that's what I'm saying, man. I see these common denominators where people don't want to be hard on themselves. They don't want to be critical of themselves. And guess what happens too? You don't see the red flags from all your friends. You don't see the red flags from your romantic interests. And stop worrying about marriage so fucking much. Everybody, I gotta get married. I gotta get married. Stop listening to this world, please, for the love. Dude, marriage can fine. Get married all you want. But just imagine that. Imagine getting married because you feel pressure to fucking do it. And I don't mean pressure because you don't want to do it. Pressure because you know that's the thing you're supposed to do. Pressure because my family and my friends will think less of me. Pressure because my love is not valid. Stop letting this world tell you what's valid. How could you truly know what love means to you unless you have an honest conversation with yourself? This shit is all made up. Human beings made all this shit up. You have to decide, what does love mean to me? You have to first decide, first and foremost, singularly, before you interact with anybody, what does it mean to love myself? What it means to love myself is to treat myself right despite what? Despite falling short. Treat myself right despite what? Despite being a fucking dumb fuck. Just treat myself right despite all the mistakes I constantly make, all the decisions that constantly hurt me. Treat myself right despite. What does it mean to treat yourself right? It means to treat myself right is to make sure I get my sleep, to make sure I'm nourishing myself, to make sure I'm engaging in physical activity, and make sure I'm healthy conversation. That's what that shit means to me. Can you define it for yourself? Take mine. Take my definitions if you don't have your own fucking definition. But the problem is that you don't have a definition. You're listening to what the world says, and their definitions are shallow. Hollow. There are whitewashed tombs with dead man's bones inside. How the fuck do y'all all believe in God, yet you still are the least godly fucking people that I've ever seen? Yes, it's bullshit. You idolize celebrities. You're superficial and shallow as fuck. You're unhealthy as fuck. It doesn't make sense. It's one thing to be all those things, and it's another thing to then not say, I'm not going to do something about it. You should be disgusted with your worldliness. That's the bottom line. I'm a big fan of shame. I'm a big fan. Like this, I remember reading this article a long time ago in Intellectualized Shame, talking about shame is actually a useless feeling. Fuck what you talking about. Shame is a beautiful thing. If it's redirecting you, if it's adjusting you, if you're ashamed how superficial and shallow you are, if you're ashamed that you only want the people around you because of their positions and their jobs, because of how good they look or whatever, no matter how toxic and fucking hollow the interactions are and the connections are, if you're not ashamed of how the fact that you don't think for yourself, that you don't fight for to love yourself and to treat yourself right despite to be healthy, to understand stuff, if you're not ashamed by just being on autopilot and listening to what everybody else is bullshitting about, then how the fuck are you going to adjust yourself? You're going to have to wait to hit rock bottom. Hey, look, I had a couple of rock bottoms early on. I never again. I'm sick of that rock bottom shit. I'm sick. It's that thing of when sometimes I talk about my dietary restrictions, because I literally can't eat wheat. Wheat flour, WHEAT. If I eat it, it gets sick. When sometimes, people, when I have this discussion with people, eventually I just gotta tell them, look, I don't give a fuck how good it tastes. It's like, this tastes so good though. I learned I'd rather feel good than feel sick. I'd rather feel good than be sick. I'd rather feel good than eat something toxic. Call me crazy. You know what I'm saying? But look, the bottom line is what I want to tell everybody who doesn't have the good kind of connection they're looking for. You're not self-critical and you're too worldly. That's one of the two things that I see constantly. People are so they think to call themselves out on their bullshit is to then lower your self-esteem. Maybe your self-esteem is delusional. Maybe it should be challenged. And then you can rebuild your self-esteem in a healthier, more accurate way. You ever think of that? Maybe your self-esteem is bullshit to begin with. That's why so many people that think so highly of themselves that's what we call an ego. An ego is when insecurity meets competency in some way, and then the competency is constantly trying to find illusory ways to justify why it doesn't want to acknowledge the insecurities. And so that's what you get ego. Ego is nothing but a glorified form of insecurity. And to have that, there's no ego, dude, I am capable of being egotistical. I'm capable of it, but I will not allow myself to have that, to be informed by that, to be dictated by that. You know why? Because I see the objective serious benefit in acknowledging that I am a stupid fuck. Again, I don't believe anybody is superior to me. I don't feel inferior to anyone. I don't feel inferior to. It's not about that. Y'all minds are still always in this compare and contrast. It's not about nobody else. It's about me versus me, first and foremost. And then when I've cleaned out my shit, when I've cleaned out my fucking internal room, then I can better have a more true and healthy experience and interaction and substantive interaction and meaningful interaction with literally anybody, whether they're my loved ones or a complete stranger. Because I confront myself, I wrestle with myself, I fucking do the necessary internal hygiene, and by the way, it can leave me crying, it can leave me feeling bad. Be okay with feeling bad. Be okay with crying. Be okay with realizing you've been stupid. I swear, I promise you that this is a problem. Why people don't find the connections they're looking for. Because how can you begin to understand somebody until you understand yourself? How can you begin to understand somebody until you understand yourself? How can you can see somebody else's shit. Just women who have so many problems. You see all their shit, but you don't see your own. You have to see your own. And then I would even argue the people that don't see their own shit, they inaccurately perceive other people. They think they know why somebody's doing the things they're doing, saying that you don't, you stupid fuck. You don't even know why you're doing what you're doing. That's the problem. You can't be hard on yourself. So I don't trust your accuracy. I don't trust the accuracy of somebody's perception who isn't self-critical. Straight up, they might be right, and I'm not going to deny them of rightness if their rightness is real. But everybody, a lot of people got a lot of opinions about other people. I'm like, you're not self-critical, so it's hard for me to even like. I do not. It's hard for me to believe that you're a credible witness unto others because you're not a credible witness unto yourself. And that's how that shit works 9 times out of 10. Anyway, I digress. I feel like ranting, and bless you all.